It's conduct business here. It's conduct business, y'all. It's conduct business. What's going on, good people? Come on into the stream. Let's be coachable, teachable, trainable. Get this information done and out of the way. We are here for a good time, not a long time on today. So we are getting ready to jump right over into this information. I'm trying to get my backup music to come on and do what it do. But apparently, no, I'm not trying to get to you, Yana Crawford. No, let's hit the back button. All right, trying to get to my oldies music. Y'all know how I am. Trying to get my Temptations and my Motown going, but it's over here acting like it's acting. You know, I like to keep that going in the background. I don't like a stale atmosphere. I like an energetic atmosphere. Looks like we're starting with the Supremes today, guys. But we're going to keep it kind of on the low today because we are here for a good time, not a long time. For those of you who come in and catch this midstream, I hope you still get this information. My name is BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, and I am your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business. So should you choose to do so. And today, as I said, we were going to come back this afternoon because we were live earlier. We had a really good time. What's going on, Shorty? We had a really good time earlier. I'm not sure if you got an opportunity to catch us. What's going on, bad man? I'm not sure if you got a chance to catch us earlier, but we were on a little bit earlier, and I said we were going to come back and we were going to be here for a short time, but still a good time because I need to get this information out to you guys. So today's topic, it's the teacher. I'm in the house, right? It's the personal branding teacher. Today we're discovering your unique genius, and today we are discussing the Big Me list that you guys should have already been working on. Today, we are actually discussing your unique genius, right? And so I am actually in the bed on today. I'm having to do everything from the bed on today. I am having to do it because I chose to do it, okay? I'm not sick. I'm not down and out. It's just outside today was extremely ick, okay? It's cold. It's wet. It's murky out there. It's been dream all day. And I said, you know what? Now that it has broke down the good energy in the house, let me just work from my comfort on today. And so today I'm working from my comfort up the bed. And we're going to get this information out because at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hey there, billionaire. Today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we actually will be over inside of Alandria's Profit Streams Queens Zoom AI monetization Zoom at 7 o'clock. And so I wanted to make sure, as your coachable, teachable, trainable coach, that I do show up. Hey there, Dorothy. Hey there, country girl. Hey there, the insurance lady. I wanted to make sure that I do still take the time to get my own mentorship, coaching, and training right on and popping while still being able to deliver to you guys what I said I was going to deliver. So again, I say this all the time. In the community, did I not flip this? Nope, I sure didn't. Let me flip this because I like to make sure that I flip the camera. So if I hold anything up on the screen, that you guys are available to see it. And so let's see if I got this right. Okay, so now if I'm holding your worksheet up, it looks to me like you guys can see that information. Is that accurate? If I'm holding up your worksheet for today, was that readable? Could you guys see that readable information? Let me verify. Looking at my backup camera here, if I'm holding this information up, yes, good. All right, because sometimes I forget to flip my screen. And so I wanted to make sure that I flip the screen. So when I hold this up and I'm telling you the different exercises that you're going to do, I know it says workbook. It is a worksheet. If I'm holding this information up, hey, Renee, if I'm holding, I have a bestie, a cousin, a sister named Renee. Is that you, Renee? If I'm holding this information up, yes, even though it says workbook, it's a worksheet. It's a sheet. It's not a full workbook, that you'll be able to read where we are in today's schedule, okay? And so, again, I am BrandMaster Martina Britt Yelverton, your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business. So should you choose to do so, not everybody chooses to do so. And today's information that I'm discussing with you is week 3 of this 52 weeks of information. And on today, in week 3, we are actually discussing your unique value and how to discover it. So as you guys know, oh goodness, I got some messages going on that I can't see. Hey there, Cassie. Hey there, Fabulous. So good to see you all. Am I missing some messages? I apologize. It was stuck down at the bottom of the screen, de-hardened, and I couldn't see it. Hey, Desi T. So, with the information that I'm sharing today of week 3 of 52 weeks of content, we're live twice a week here in the TT community, and twice a week we're discussing either on Setup Sunday or Watch Me Work Wednesday. We're discussing 52 weeks of content with regards to your personal brand. And today we're discussing your unique genius, your unique value, your personal branding value. And we are here for a short time, not a long time, but still a good time. So definitely grab your pen and pad. If you are coachable, teachable, trainable, and you know what we're going to discuss, then you know we have been discussing your big me list. What is your big me list? It is your value. It is what you know, Trina, that you do without even having to give it any in-depth thought. It is your personal value, Shelley, what it is that you do that someone else is consistently asking you about. They find it difficult. They are challenged with it. They struggle with it, but it's easy for you. You do it whether you got paid to do it or not. We're discussing that on today. You should have already started crafting and creating a list of everything that you know how to do so that you are now ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You are ready to share that value, sow that information into someone else's life, right? And today we're discussing how do you figure that out? Because I told you very simply, make a list, okay? Your unique genius is at the intersect, okay, of what you're good at, what you love to do, and what people would pay you for because they need it. Now, when I'm telling you guys, and I've told you, hey, make a list. Sometimes it takes 1, 2, 3 different paragraphs or pages. Sometimes we are so gifted at so much that we have a run-on sentence of gifts. That's a beautiful thing. You're good at it. People are constantly coming to you and asking you about it. I need for you to list as many things as you can possibly list, because that's a blessing. That's gratitude. That is you being grateful for all the gifts that he has blessed you with. Each and every day I wake up and say, thank you, God, I'm still sane, mobile, and breathing at 53. Sane, mobile, and breathing at 53. As a survivor of domestic violence, as a survivor of being through evictions twice, right? Marriage and miscarriage, death and divorce, coming up out of the welfare system. All of the things that I have gone through, and Sis Girl is still here and doing what I do. I'm grateful for each being able to birth 4 children, going through 2 miscarriages and birthing to God's green earth 4 children here, thriving as adults. Okay? Be grateful for all that you know how to do. List it out. Write it down. Be excited about all that you go through, because it ain't for you. It's not for you. It may happen to you, but it's not for you. All right? When you go through listing all that, when you determine what you're good at, what people consistently come to you and ask you about, what you share and sow into others, things that you think are easy for you are difficult for others. You have to figure out how to make things simplistic so that they are able to be consumed, regurgitated, repeated, acted upon, implemented, executed by others so that they can get to their solution. Once you figure out what that is, Victoria, once you figure out what that is that you're really, really freaking good at, now you're going to have to go through how exactly Does that process work? Imagine yourself making a list of 100 things that you're good at. And I mean something as simple as how to put the trash bag in the trash can the right way. Did you guys know there is a right way and a wrong way to put a trash bag in a trash can? Promise? Who knew? Now, if you make that list, not if, when you make that list, if you have 100 things on that list that you are good at, simplistic things that you are good at, make that list of 100 things. Now I need for you to go back and prune that list. You may have 100 things written down on one side of a piece of paper. And I'll just use my project planner sheet really quickly, just as an example. So let me grab this, and I'm going to use this as an example. Good. Let me make sure I got the one that's on both sides so I can just have one sheet of paper. Now, this is not what we're working from today. This is just what I'm going to use to show you. This is a plain project planner. You don't even have to use a project planner. Let's take it all the way back to a notepad. Here's a plain notepad, plain sheet of paper. Take a plain sheet of paper. Begin to list everything that you're good at. Hey, no, hey, Nate. Hey, raw food. Everything that you're good at. Flip the page. Continue. Everything that you're good at. Just take a plain sheet of paper. If you have the opportunity, join us in the community. Break it up now. I want you to take that list that you created, whether you used a plain sheet of paper or whether or not you got the project planner sheet that's available inside of the community. So if you go up here inside of the community and you come into the community, and the first thing that you're going to see is the most recent post that talks about you asked for it and here you go. All right, you asked for it and I answered. People were asking me, what is this project planning sheet that I utilize? I absolutely love it. People were like, how do I get it? Very simple. You get it by coming into the community. If you come into the community, the very first post that you'll come to inside the community says you asked and I answered. Okay, this is the project planner. List everything that you're good at. It's only about 30 lines on here. 30 things that you're good at. List them. Now, out of those 30 things that you're good at, I need you to go in and pick about 6 of them. I'm going to say start with 3 so you can actually refine it even more. So if you start with your first 3 things that you are freaking good at, that you do, I'm going to have you eventually break down those things. Why? Just because you're good at it does not necessarily mean you are good at explaining it. Okay? Hey there, lady. Just because you're good at it does not mean you're good at explaining it. Doesn't mean you're good at teaching it. Doesn't mean you're good at selling it. Doesn't mean you're good at marketing it. Okay? The first thing I always ask you to do is take the opportunity to write that down, what you're good at. Because you have to take whatever it is that you're good at, that people consistently come to you and ask you about, that you would do whether you got paid to do it or not. All right? You want to make sure that that thing that you love to do, that's more important than what you're good at, right? You're good at something, but you love to do maybe 1 or 2 things that's on the list of what you're good at. People come to me and ask me all the times about websites. Yeah, I'm good at websites, but I don't love to do websites. Do you understand the difference? Does that make sense? People come to me and they ask me the various questions, hey, E, about websites, because I'm good at websites, but I don't love to do websites, right? Now you want to take something that you're good at, something that you love to do, and pair that, hey there, E, with what people will pay you for, because that is what the market is asking for. If you make this list of 30 things, you narrow that down to 3 things, you spell out the processes for 3 things, but the market is only asking for that one. Why would you be on here selling these 2? Do those because you love to do them. Do this one because you're making money at it. I hope I was able to connect the lines, connect the dots, and make that make sense. Just because you're good at 30 things and you love to do 3 things, but the market is asking for a solution to the one thing, that's the one you focus on. Your money, these you just continue to do because you love to do them. Okay? If the market is asking for this one, you do these two because you love to do them. You level up on this one because that is the one that's going to sustain you, right? Now, that's pretty simple. That's pretty easy to do. Again, you have the thing that you're skilled at. That's what you're good at, right? You pair that with the thing you're passionate about. That's the thing that you love to do, right? And then you pay attention to what the market needs your solution to. That's what you sell. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is pay attention to all of that we just discussed, and I want you to think about it in this mindset. Think about it like this. Who is the person who needs it? What is their biggest challenge? What is the problem that you can solve with both your passion, that thing you love to do, and that thing you're good at? But that thing that they will sell, they will pay you for, now you can sell it. And I need you to pair all three of those together and think, who needs it? Who am I talking to, Nashi? Because if you're talking to an individual who has tech challenges, who is of an advanced savvy senior age, right? And who does not understand the terminology that you're using, your words are going to bypass them. And they could be the person who needs your product, who needs your service, who needs your solution, but you're talking past them, right? So that's the reason when someone says, who's your ideal client? Who's your avatar? Who's your target market? When they're asking you those things, they're asking you those things so they can break down what it is that you're saying and pair it with who you're talking to make sure you aren't talking past the person who has the coins to pay you. That would make sense. Make that make sense. If I know my Gen Xers, right, don't play about X, Y, Z, why would I get on here and joke about it? This is one of the things you need to know when you're actually doing your marketing, living your transparent life before all the people. You truly need to know and understand who your target market is, who your avatar is, who the person you're speaking to, so you will know how to speak, when to speak, how much to say, what language level do you need to be speaking on. I'm country, I'm quirky, I think I'm funny as hell to me, right? However, I still have to have a professional air about me. Yeah, I'm transparently on here talking about a personal brand story from the bed in my PJs. Yep. Right? Because I know who my market is. My market is the professional speaker who wants to get out here and do X, Y, Z. They want to grow, they want to speak, they want to spread their decades of wisdom from their W-2 job. Now that they are concurrently or they're completely transitioning over into the speaking realm, there are certain things that they're wanting to learn how to do in that. Okay, I understand that. So when I'm on here, Nicole, and I'm talking to each of you, I have to keep in mind there's no need for me to get on here and speak above your language knowledge about personal branding. You've worked a job for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You need to be able to take what you have spent over half your life doing professionally. How do I do that as my second act? How do I do that in a world of technology, in a world of AI, in a world of ads, in a world of automation, when I have no earthly idea what ads and automation and AI, I don't know what any of that is. I have to be the personal brand expert, your brand master, who breaks that down simplistically and make it make sense for you. Because we don't have time for that. We are here for a good time, not a long time. So when you take in and you think and you woosah for a moment and you figure out what you're good at, who comes to you and asks you for it, why are they asking, what do they need, What is it that you have that is so solutionary for them that they're like, girl, take my money, sis, get this done for me. When you figure out that intersect, that's the creme de la creme. That's the gold, and that's the sweet spot. That's the zhuzh. That's the thing that makes you rumble on the inside because somebody gets you. The number one thing that I have found beyond anything else in this, on this journey that I'm on, is that when you can make something simple for someone else, when you can point them through a strategic path to get to a exact end, they'll pay you for it. So while I'm telling you, hey, there's an awareness stage to this thing called personal branding. Yes, you do need to understand people will refer you. People will talk about you. You can develop collaborations and partnerships. Yes, you are available to put information out on social media to the correct audience in the correct way on the platform that they're on in a step-by-step 1, 2, 3, no more than 5 bullets of information that they can remember, that they can comprehend, right? Yes, you can teach them in master classes and webinars and things like that. Yes, you can get on search engines, and you can actually be found on YouTube and TikTok and Google and places like that. Yes, you can actually go to networking events and you can get on business listings and all of that. But once they find you, once they land upon your information, can they comprehend what it is that you say so that they can understand you are their solution? I don't get on here any longer and try to make you guys understand what branding is. You are the brand. You have to be available to be found for people to know you, to like you, and to trust you enough to do business with you. Hey there, Rouge. How close was I? You have to be able to be found and be knowable, likable, and trustable, or people are not going to do business with you. Period, point blank. My process for personal branding is simple. Be authentic, be transparent. Hello, close enough, Rouge? Okay. Be transparent enough for people to know you, like you, and trust you enough to listen further, to chime in, to like you, to click the little thing up here and give you a daily heart me, to stay up here in your bestie box, to leave comments down here in the comment section. Roje, is that better? Roje. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate you, Roje. Think about it. Yes, good deal. You have to be knowable, findable, then knowable, then likable, to be able to be trustable enough for people to check in with you, to comment, to engage with you on a live. But if you never post anything, if you never, come live for people to engage with you, if you never get on here and give them an opportunity to like your live, thank you so much for the likes. If you never do those things, how is it that you expect for someone to eventually pay you? They couldn't find you. Then when they did find you, they didn't know what you were saying, so they couldn't get to know you. And then when they did finally get to know you, they didn't necessarily like you. So of course they're not going to trust you to pay you. There's levels to this. So even when you get out of the awareness stage of this journey and you move a little bit further down into the value stage, this is the learning stage, learning your value, learning your gifts. Hey, Ryan, learning the different things that you have to offer people on the internet, inviting them into your community so that they can become a part of your community, so they can see the different things that you offer. Once they see those different things that you offer, did you take the time to really visualize what your value is? Did you take the time to research the demand for your solution? Did you take the time to organize your own ish and get your own assets in order before you get out here and try to tell everybody else how to get their assets in order? Did you take the time to understand your own ideal messaging, Figure out what your story is, right? And did you determine on which platform are you going to deliver solutions for the people? That's just in your own value, right? That's just in your own value. What book is that? Your workbook. Okay, which one are you talking about? Because tonight we're discussing a worksheet for this specific live that we're talking about tonight, and you're available to get it by coming into the community. And when you come into the community, there's a plethora of things that are in there. We're organizing the community to make it more simplistic for you guys to find, right? So when I first started talking about what we're talking about tonight, giving you this information tonight, the number one thing that I said is for the last 2 Sundays, we've been discussing your value. We've been discussing even you becoming aware of your value, so that as you, thank you so much for your daily heart meet. Do you see what I mean? At least this is letting me know that as I continue to talk to Roger, the things that I'm saying are making sense for Roger. So they're even more inclined to say, hey, yeah, I'll follow you. Hey, yeah, I'll comment. Hey, yeah, I'll ask you a question. I'll even like your live. Matter of fact, I like you just enough to give you my daily heart meet. Right? You want to be able to talk to people specifically at the level that you see or you already know in advance they need. So the worksheet, if you come into the community, when you come into the community, and I'll take this information that we've discussed and I'll put it in the community so you'll be able to be familiar with the same information I'm discussing here when you come to get this worksheet. To be able to participate tonight, the number one thing that I'm asking people to do is to start their Big Me list. I've been talking about a Big Me list for the last 2 weeks. What is a Big Me list? It is a list of the things you're good at. And I gave an example using a project planning sheet. You have 30 lines here where you can write down 30 things you're good at. Out of those 30 things that you're good at, you're going to turn it over and you're going to say, hey, for now, let me just break down 3 of those. Let me break down 3 of those things that I'm really good at. I'm good at this, and these are all the things it takes for me to get that. I'm good at this, and these are all the things it takes for me to get that. I'm good at this, and these are all the things it takes for me to get that. Guess why we do that? Because that gives us 3 different pieces of content. We can post about it. We can do a video about it. We can go live about it. 3 different things. Now, here's the creme de la creme. Of those 3 different things that you're good at, that you narrowed down to 3 things that you love to do, that you can actually explain and walk somebody through, take that one that the market is actually in need of and will pay you for. That's the one thing you sell. You can continue to talk to them about these 2 things because you love to do them, but this is the one thing that you sell. That's what it's meant by your gift will make room for you. When you get out here and serve and sow into the people, that which you give, share, sell, Proverbs 11:26 says a blessing be on the head of the man who sells it, curses on the one who doesn't. Yes, paraphrase, because I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not a Bible scholar. I'm going to paraphrase stuff for you. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the plan so they can run and tell that. Y'all know that's not what the word says. That's how I explain it. But that one thing that you actually choose to sow into other people's lives so that will make room for you, that's the thing you go all in on. And the way you don't lose your mind, continue to do what you love to do. But you actually make sure you get out here and serve with the thing that the market is telling you they need. Because now you will be able to utilize. So let me tell you something the market is telling me that I need. Meeting me at my level. Appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know that I am meeting you at your level, Roger. Let me tell you something that the market has told me that they need. So I was looking at when people come into the community, my phone automatically alerts me that a new individual has come into the community. When people come into the community by going into the profile, my phone automatically tells me when someone joins the community. So I was trying to figure out why someone that I knew was in the community, that is constantly up here in my bestie box, that is constantly down here in my comments, that is constantly tapping the screen and giving me hearts to let me know that they agree with me, that actually is always plugging in to this live, or if I have a live one that comes up here from the TikTok community, they're always engaging. I was like, why is she keeping on coming into the community? Why does she keep re-signing up for the community? She got like 3 addresses inside the community. I was like, why? Then it hit me. She didn't know that, yes, you go to the link that's up there to join the community. She didn't know to return to the community. She's now a member. So she didn't know that now, instead of going to community Martina Britt Yelverton, she didn't know now that she's a member, she can go to members Martina Britt Yelverton. So she kept going back to the community link and rejoining the community to get into the community. That is the market telling me you need to go back and clarify with your people in the community that once you come into the community, you are now a member of the community. So now you can use members.Martina Britt Yelverton to access the community. Because you know how when you type stuff in, sometimes you do stuff, then you log out or you close out the tab. And when you come back, it doesn't repopulate the tab for you. Like, wait a minute, how do I get back into the community? She went and joined the community again. Then she went and joined the community again. And I was like, wait a minute. Why does she keep joining the community? Why doesn't she just come back? She's a member now. Because she didn't know to be a member. Now you don't have to rejoin the community. If you close your tab, if you didn't bookmark it, if you didn't save it, if your computer logs you out or whatever, she didn't know that now that she's a member, now all she has to do is use members.Martina Britt Yelverton to get to the community. This is what I mean by being able to foresee the things that your community are telling you they need and being able to answer the need. That was market research. If you're dialed in, if you are plugged in, if you are truly here to serve your community and your people, you will be paying attention and you will know what they need and you will answer their pain point. Hello? Okay, so as we begin to close out, because you guys know this was going to be a short one today, and the reason this was going to be a short one today is because we have a 7 o'clock Coachable, Teachable, Trainable webinar that we must be on. So I am taking the opportunity to step away from you guys tonight at 7. Usually we're here for well over an hour going into in-depth teaching. However, I think this horse, I think he good. How they say we done beat a horse dead. I think this horse is gone away from here. I think you guys understand. Make your list of everything that you know how to do. Narrow that list down by the things you love to do. Pay attention to what the market is asking you for the thing that they will pay you to do, and go all in on that one thing first. Make sure you have it as in-depth, as detailed as possible, so that anyone that's receiving that value from you can get what they need, get to a result, a solution, an end path to something they're struggling with. Again, it's normal for you because it's your gift. It's a struggle for someone else because it's their challenge. And let me give you a piece of secret sauce here for that. And let's see if you receive this. The only reason you are able to see a solution for that is because you have the solution for that. Things that irritate you, things that frustrate you, and you're able to easily see the steps to get that thing done, it's because you're the one that's supposed to help them get that done. I remember, personal story, true transparent story here. I would be sitting and watching different movies with my son or with my daughter or with my significant other. And I would be like, now, why did they do that? They know they could have done this, this, and this, and it would have been 10 times easier. Or I'll be watching it and I'm thinking to myself, you know that wasn't there in the last scene. If you press pause right now and back it up, you'll see that wasn't there in the last scene. Somebody messed up. Things like that. Now, it used to annoy everybody else. It even would annoy me because my thought process was, how in the world do I keep seeing these problems? You see the problems because you have the solution. If you can open your mindset and become aware of that gift, you see the problem because you're equipped with the solution. Woosah and receive the gift in that. The reason you see the problem is because you're equipped with the solution. That's the only reason you see the problem. If it's irritating you and you're able to walk through it in your mind and come up with a solution, that's what you should be sharing. I hope that makes sense. I hope you all can receive the gift in that. I hope you can understand why that's important. Because again, your gift will make room for you. I love visualizing. Hello, that's how we got this house. My son giggles all the time. My daughter giggles all the time. Because I will stand on that. We've been in this house 3 years this month. This is our 3rd year in this house. Before this, it wasn't a clue that we would ever be a home buyer. Of course you can want it. Of course you can think about it. Of course you can have desires towards something. Until you open your mind and you begin to visualize it and receive and become one with it, it's never going to happen. Okay? The only reason you see the problem is because you are the solution. There's no easier way for me to say it. The only reason you see the problem is because you are the solution. Now, your next step is figuring out how to translate the solution that you see into a format that they can receive it. Because if you're speaking English and they're understanding Japanese, it's never going to mash up. If you are aware that the intended audience is speaking Japanese, it behooves you to go learn that language. Does that make sense? If you see that you are the solution and the market is telling you that you are the one that they need, but you're not speaking the same language, either they're going to have to learn English to get what it is that you have, or you're going to have to learn Japanese to deliver what it is that you have for them. How bad do you want it? Because you cannot think, be, do, and have without going through the metamorphic changes that have to happen for you to get from the thinking to the having. Amen. Hallelujah. End of that sermon. Okay. And finally, in the step 4 of your unique genius statement, how do you get from, hey, this is everything that I'm good at, this is everything I'm good at, to these are the things I love to do, to this is the one thing that the market is telling me I need. Now, how do I convey? How do I spell out? How do I say? What statement do I put out to make sure that they understand that I have the solution? That language barrier. How do I break down that language barrier? You tell people exactly who you help, exactly what you help them with, and exactly how you help them achieve whatever it is. Through my most recent training with Toastmasters, he broke it down into 3 steps. He said, what, so what, now what? I said, wait, what? He said, yeah. Communicating with people is very simple. It's called what, so what, and now what? What is the who? So what is the what it is that you do, the achievement of it, the problem. And the now what is how they get the what. I said, okay. So as you guys know, I help Gen X, new, stuck, or struggling Gen X's, to be even more specific. I help the new, stuck, or struggling Gen X entrepreneur to get their assets in order. That's the what, right? Who is it that I help again? The new, stuck, or struggling Gen X. What is it that I help them do? Get their assets in order. So what? So that they can leave a legacy, they can live a legacy, they can do what it is that they were purposed and promised to do, so that they can create their own personal value, so that they can do what it is that they were purposed here to do. Someone is assigned to their voice, and their voice is assigned to someone. And when I see a problem, I know I'm the one who can deliver the solution, or else I would have never seen the problem. When you get that right mindset, when you figure out the what, the so what, and the now what, when you figure out the who, the what, and the how, now you're cooking with Crisco. And your gift will make room for you. So if you take the opportunity to figure out and determine what your unique value is, what your genius problem and solution is, now you're cooking with Crisco. Now you can move forward. Now your gift will make room for you. And literally, that's all, that's it. We don't have to be here for a long time. I hope y'all understood that as a good time, and we about to get up out of here. As I said when I was here earlier, I was going to come on. I'm going to let you guys know you can come into the community. When you come into the community, you'll be able to get your worksheet. It will not look like this. This is the AI prompted fruition of what went on in my head. And I said, now spit that out so I can go reformat that, flip it, rub it down, oil it up, make it look pretty for my community. And I'll put it in the community with this video. So again, now that you guys are catching this and you are in the community and you are watching this video in the community, the actual PDF is down below. You'll be able to click it. You'll be able to print it out. Either you can use the project planning worksheet, or you can use the actual worksheet for this that has 10 slots. Then you're going to break it down, 10 more slots. Then you're going to break it down, 3 slots. Then you're going to break it down and have one statement. Voila. You've gone through step 1 of putting together your domain. What is your name? Very simple. Domains.martinabrityelverton.com. Information in the community. Week 2, you figured out, let me start my big me list. Let me figure out what it is that I know how to do. Here in week 3, what is my unique genius statement? How do I break everything that I know how to do and get the messaging about that out? What does that look like? How do I say that? How do I make sure that the platforms I'm communicating on, how do I make sure that the words that I'm saying, how do I make sure that the messaging that I'm giving matches my intended audience? How do I make sure that people who don't know, right? That's week 3. And so as we conclude the month in week 4 of January, let's see if I can pull up and see what we're discussing in week 4 to help you guys be better prepared on our 52-week journey. Next week, in week 4, we are actually going to talk again about the 5 W's of branding. Why are we discussing the 5 W's of branding? We're discussing the 5 W's of branding so you guys can understand why it makes sense for people to know who you are, what it is you have to offer, when and where you're going to deliver that information to them, why you're the one to deliver that information to them, and even a step further, how they can get access to it, or how of what you do, the how of what it is you do. So while I can sit here and say the how of what it is that I do for you guys is the fact that I take you through a journey and I help you guys understand the awareness of collaborations, partnerships, word of mouth, YouTube listing, business listing, networking events, webinars, masterclasses, and all of that. When we move to the next stage, this is now the value stage. You must understand the pre-planning stage. What's my mindset going to be? Where am I at? Did I take my assessment? Now that I have my assessment and now that I know what my mindset is open, now it's time for me to go through visualizing what my value looks like. Okay. How do I break down that thing that I love to do into a bite-sized, worksheet, coursework, all of that? How do I go through the process of visualizing it? Did I do any research to make sure this is a demand that I can meet? Now that I know this is a demand that I can meet, I know the value that I bring to the table. How do I organize this into a way that people can consume it? So when you come into the community, things are all over the place. I didn't understand why people were rejoining the community instead of just coming back as a member. They didn't know to use Martina, Britt, Yelverton. They only knew to join the community. Market research tells me go create another link. So as you guys are watching this and now you have come into the community and you know, oh my goodness, to rejoin the community, I use members now. Understand? So as you guys continue to utilize the community, I literally was like, why in the world are they rejoining the community instead of just coming back into the community? You guys didn't know as community members. Hey there, Kishona. You guys didn't know as community members that you could just come back to the community. I was just talking about like Kishona's in the community. Kishona, did you know once you log out of the community, did you know how to get back into the community? Let me know whether or not you knew. Cassandra Wooten in the room. Good to see you, my friend. So Kishona, exactly. So that's market research for me. That is something that's letting me know, oops, that's a process that I need to put in place. They didn't know how to get back to the community. You didn't know that even though you use community.Martina Britt Yelverton to come into the community, you didn't know that you could go to members because you're a member now. You can go to members.Martina Britt Yelverton to get back to the community and you just log in. That's what I was texting. Thank you so much. I totally must have missed your text. Please forgive me. Charge it to my head and not to my heart because you know I'm not that kind of leader. So now that you know, you can type members.Martina Britt Yelverton to get back to the community, right? And as you see, I'm cleaning up, fixing things, making it more organized. Because how I'm going to tell y'all to get y'all assets in order when y'all in the community and the assets in the community ain't in order? Hello. Okay. Hello. So that's one thing that we're fixing. So again, over the course of the 52 weeks, here in the final week, and that's so crazy to say, we have this week as the third week where we're working on our Big Me list and our unique value and making sure we end the week knowing exactly what our statement is. Next week is the final week. How did we already get through January? I don't know. But anyway, so as I wrap up, because we're only on here for another 2 or 3 minutes, help you guys understand. When you open your communities, when you're walking in your gift, when you set up your website, when you're communicating with people on your social media platforms, when you're doing all these different areas of activity, when you're walking in your personal brand value, when you are doing things, if this is your thing, if this is your gift, you pay attention to your community and you serve them. Oh my goodness. Home sis, home skillet, Heather R has made it to my live. Y'all about to make me be late for my webinar. Coach HR, Thank you so much for your time. I know this is family time for you, so I appreciate you pressing pause, coming into the room, and blessing the room. This is Heather R., the individual, the creator coach that you hear me talk about every single time I'm live, each and every Wednesday, each and every Sunday when I was on earlier. This is my coach. This is the content creator coach from 0 to 1,000 for the newbie who is here on TikTok. And let me tell you, she has blessed me because I thought this was a dance app. I was not on this app to do anything else but consume. No more, because I took the lid off. I opened my mind and I heard what it was, okay, that she was saying for how you can actually take this platform seriously and how it can contribute to the success of your personal brand, right? So you guys saw Alandria come through the room earlier. Nicole is busy. This is her birthday week, okay? But I appreciate you, Coach HR, for coming into my stream. Are you live tonight? I know you're cutting back on at least 2 of your days. Are you live tonight at 10 p.m.? Because there are a couple of people in here that I want to direct, and I'll probably go and ping in the chat. I wish I could turn this camera around. As a matter of fact, I can. He is being hard-headed right now. And his brother is laying there trying to get his piece of mind. I don't know if you can see the other dog on the other side of him. But they are distracting me right now, and I'm trying to close out this call. Good. Tonight you're live at 10 o'clock. Okay. So tonight I may be a little late, Coach. I'm not sure how long Alandria is. I know, right? Just being all distracting. Anyway, so we went live earlier today, and I got through a lot of the day in the life of as a transparent branding coach here. I thought it was important that they see a day in the life of, and you know, it's been murky here in North Carolina. And so we went live for an hour and a half or so earlier. And I wanted to take the opportunity to meet my proposed live time tonight to give you guys the information with regards to how to use your project planning sheet, how to get access to it, ensuring that you get that information out of the community. And we discovered that one of the reasons people kept rejoining the community that were already in the community is because they didn't know that now they're members, they could utilize members.Martina Britt Yelverton. They didn't know that. And so again, I was just saying, if you are true to your calling, oh my Lord, she is lighting up the populace in Jesus' name. Thank you. If they are true to what their gift is. I am true to branding. I love branding to make sure people understand their own personal value and that they were born sole proprietors. They were born an entity for their gift to make room for them. If you're doing it right, dadgummit, then when you see a hiccup, you actually are the solution. This is the way I said it earlier. If you see a problem, the only reason you see the problem is because you are the solution for that problem. So take the opportunity to respect the gift that you've been given. Take the opportunity. Hey, she's using the BrandMaster stickers. Take the opportunity to use, the gift that's been assigned to you, because your voice is assigned to someone and someone is assigned to your voice. So don't miss the gift that will make room for you. We saw there was a problem. That means I need to go into the community and I need to make sure the community understands you're already in the community. You don't need to sign up for the community again. You're a member. So now you go to members.Martina Britt Yelverton and you'll arrive back in the community. Hey, so again, this video is going to be under the video for today about discovering your unique genius. Okay, you're going to take that big me list. We're going to break that big me list down to 3. We're going to figure out which of those 3 are the things you love to do, but the thing that will make gift for you, and if the market at that intersect needs that gift. If so, you're going to go all in and you're going to make sure you be the solution for that particular thing. I'm your BrandMaster, Martina Britt Yelverton, your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business. So should you choose to do so, my daily goal is to brand you, to educate you, and to help you get your assets in order so that you can leave a legacy, or better yet, so you can live one. All right, that is my time for today. I really hate to cut it short, but as your brand master, if I don't go get my mentorship and my coaching, if I don't be and stay coachable, teachable, and trainable, I can't coach, teach, and train you guys. So I'm headed over to be with Alandria for the next hour. Then I'm coming back at 10 o'clock to be with my TikTok coach at 10 p.m. I expect to see those of you who are out there on the FYP. I expect to see y'all in the room tonight at heather.r41. The HR offers for the content creator going from 0 to 1,000 or more here on this platform. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you again for your presence on tonight. Thank you, Kishona. Thank you, HR. Thank you, Julius Moses. Thank you, Afro Swank. Thank you to all of you who are in the room. If I've missed anybody, please forgive me, because you can definitely charge it into, I'm getting ready to go get my coaching on so I can come back and coach y'all. I'll catch you a little bit later. To your success, guys.